What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel. Before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe before we start the video. Today we're going to talk about Invader ZIM, Enter the Florpus. So Dan here from House of Hoot. As ever, I'm going to talk to you right now about the new Netflix, well, newish. So it's been out for 10 days as of me recording this. It's the second of the Nickelodeon reboots or remakes or specials, if you will. First one, Rocko's Modern Life, we dealt with that. It was fun, wasn't great, but it was pretty good. This time, we got Invader ZIM. Now, Invader ZIM is something that holds a big place in my heart because it's kind of like, to me, it's the first iteration of me sort of developing a strange, slightly off-kilter sense of humour when I was about, I think it came out like 2001, 2002, when I was sort of 10, 11, 12, 13. One of those numbers was what I was. And during that time, it kind of informed my weirdness, my weird ways of thinking, what I find funny, almost the absurdist stuff. And what it kind of led me into was, as I got older, stuff like Rick and Morty is a prime example of it. Rick and Morty is kind of a space, absurd, chaotic thing that Invader ZIM kind of set the benchmark for.
I was the turkey all along!
And Rocko's Modern Life is something we also discussed as being like a big proponent of that. The weirdness that Nickelodeon pervade throughout the late 90s into the early 2000s. And now we're back with Enter the Florpus. Enter the Florpus is good for a variety of reasons. I might even go as far as saying it's great. I'm not going to do any spoilers because spoilers are the bane of your existence. You don't want spoilers. You want to come here and find out if it's good. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's great. It's fantastic. It's well drawn. They use a collection of different... The way to look at this is, remember when you were thinking, is the Simpsons movie going to work? And then you got to it and it worked. That's how this is good. That's how this should work for you. Invader ZIM episodes weren't ordinarily a long sitting. They weren't something that you'll be sat there for a while, enjoying, suffering through. This is... It's kind of a movie length. It's 71 minutes. It's not quite a movie length. It's not quite a feature length, but it's up there. It's longer. Beginning, middle, and end. Everyone's back. Zim's back. Gur's back. Dib's back, Gaz is back, everyone's got 3 letters in the name, like me, Dan. So yeah, maybe that's why I felt an affinity with it. The only person who doesn't is Professor Membrane, Gaz and Dib's dad. He's not got 3 letters in his name, but he does have a key part to play in this whole plot. He doesn't believe in Dib. Dib is still trying to prove that Invader ZIM is an alien, or Zim, just Zim. He's just called Zim when he's not an alien, but when he's in his disguise. So that's still ongoing. Throughout the film, without spoiling it for you, we go on a journey of some people joining up as friends, some people turning into enemies, and we get to a point where you basically have this really cool end-to-end story. You know what's going to happen if you know Invader ZIM, but it doesn't shock you in any way. You know what to expect from ZIM, but there's some little tweaks in there where you kind of go, actually, that was pretty cool. So you've got Gur's still Gur's still the insane robot dressed as a dog.
Now self-destruct. Finally!
He's still, obviously, the star of the show because that's what he does. Dib, you suddenly feel, well, I felt a real affinity with him. Like, his hair's there. He just wants his dad to believe him all the way through the film. And eventually, maybe, his dad does believe him. Maybe. Ish. Because it then turns out that his dad didn't believe him the whole time. Anyway, that is just a complete spoiler. What happens in the middle of it, I'm not going to spoil. What I am going to spoil, however, is that it's the normal ZIM trajectory. Is that a spoiler? What I'm going to spoil is that it's a normal Netflix remake, in that Netflix grabs something that was ordinarily very, very good and brings a specialised team of people together to make it. Nickelodeon have kind of hit the jackpot here because they've gone, we've got this really cool cult almost following for Invader ZIM. what we're going to do with it. We don't want to. We're not going to get a decent audience if we just put a Zim special on Nickelodeon. Nobody's going to watch that. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to make some money by throwing it on Netflix. And Netflix will come with their money. They'll come with their influence. They'll come with however many subscribers are in every single home in the universe. People on Saturn, if it's not made of gas, are probably tuning into Netflix as we speak. They're watching Orange is the New Black Season 1 because of how time works. They haven't quite got it yet. It's not been pushed out there yet. They've got a VPN to the Earth if they want to watch Orange is the New Black Season 94 or whatever it's on now. But it's still there. Everyone can get Netflix. And I think it's important from a Nickelodeon standpoint that they've still got some really, really good stuff hanging around there. They've got like Rugrats. They've got Hey Arnold, potentially. They've got loads of stuff. Just let me throw my phone out of the way. They've got loads of just IPs, intellectual properties, if you don't know what that means, that are just kind of begging to be remade. And this, because what they've done, Rocko's Modern Life was a faithful recreation of what had been before it. Zim has gone, what do we have available to us now? And what we have available to us now is just beautifully redrawn HD animation. And if you don't know a lot about me, then let me tell you that I am an animation geek, and this sort of stuff just makes me excited. I like all of this stuff. I like watching it. It's the reason that I'm wearing this shirt right now is because I'm a geek for animation. I'm a geek for everything Walt Disney did. And this takes what was a different art style in the early 2000s and morphs it into a very contemporary art style now. It looks as good as anything that's on TV. If the best way to describe it is, I've already mentioned Rick and Morty, but Rick and Morty is so HD and so rich, and so the backgrounds are beautiful and everything's kind of just awesome to look at. This has gone, what did we have in the first place in Invader ZIM? What do we have in the style? We're going to take the style and we're going to just times that by 1 billion, and it's going to look beautiful, and it does. I watched it on a big 4K massive TV. I don't think it's in 4K. Might just be in 1080, but it just looks big. Everything's slightly big. Everything's drawn nicer. The audio is beautiful. It's rich. And yeah, without spoiling it, can't tell you too much about it, but I cannot find a reason, even though I am an Invader ZIM fanboy, and I will completely 100% agree with you on that. If you're not sure, if you remember Zim from being back in the day, or even if you like Rick and Morty and you like that style of animation, go back. There's nothing really crude, there's nothing lewd, there's no swear words, it's just good, wholesome, psychopathic, genocidal, death-defying alien stuff. And that's kind of it. There's not a lot more else to it. Invader ZIM, Enter the Florpus, on Netflix, could be better, but it's already an 8, so it's great. 8 rhymes with great, that's why it's great. So yeah, that's the end of this. Not really a review, more of my thoughts. So thank you for watching, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Cut.